Hello, Marks. I'm not going to take up anyone's time here. This is part two of this episode. We are reviewing WWE King and Queen of the Ring and AEW Double or Nothing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello. It's part two of this two-part episode.
It sure is.
It's Dylan and Lissy here. It's going to be 6.5 hours long, like Double or Nothing.
All right, so you're already complaining. Great, awesome, cool. That's setting the tone for this.
But yeah, this part of this episode is going to be our review of WWE King and Queen of the Ring and AEW 6.5 hour marathon Double or Nothing. Are you ready, Lissy?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm just upset that you're mad already.
Well, before we get into that, we don't really have to jump into our week or anything because the last time they heard us was literally 2 days ago.
And also,
when they're hearing this,
when we recorded it, this was yesterday.
Yes.
So,
but we got new recording equipment.
yeah. So I got my new phone set up today. So again, I don't know if the as I've been saying for the past two episodes, I don't know if the audio is any different, if it sounds any better. I got the Samsung Galaxy Flip 5Z, whatever the fuck it's called, the flippy one, and I have been fucking around with it since I've gotten it. It's really fucking cool. I'm really happy with it, so it's pretty nifty.
We also understand that there was a new WWE Legends episode that aired yesterday as well. That will be covered in the next episode.
Yeah, we haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
It's like, what, 6 o'clock?
It's 6 o'clock on
As
a Monday.
we're recording this.
It's 6 o'clock on Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, people.
Yeah. So
you'll be hearing this on the Thursday, though.
Hoping to get this finished up and recorded by the time that Raw comes on.
I think we will. I think we will.
But I just want to see the which obviously no spoilers, it hasn't happened yet. And we'll talk about it next week, but I really want to see the steel cage match with Liv and Becky.
Becky and Liv are going to have a steel cage match. That was announced today, so that'll be cool to see.
Yeah. But anyway, hope the quality sounds good. If not, at least the same. So with that being said, I guess, Dylan, let's jump into which one are we starting with?
We're going to start off. We're going to go in order here, so we'll go with the Saturday PLE.
What I didn't watch.
Of the Saudi Blood Money show of King and Queen of the Ring. There was a King and Queen crown in Saudi Arabia. That is crazy. So we're going to try our best here and go through it because I wasn't really paying attention. Only certain things I was paying attention on because, like I said in part one, it is hard to watch these shows because it feels like those poor people there are forced.
Also, I'll just be talking about, I guess, the outcomes because, again, I didn't really watch the matches.
Yeah, so this one actually might be a lot quicker than the Double or Nothing review, to be honest with you.
No, Double or Nothing I'm going to go in on. I want to talk about it.
So on the pre-show, we had for the women's tag team titles, Bianca and Jade. They defeated Candice and Indy.
Uh-huh.
And Jade and Bianca looked very good. They worked very well as a team. They have, like, a really cool finish now where it's, like, a wheelbarrow DDT.
Oh, cool.
It's very fucking cool looking.
As to be expected that they won. I wasn't thinking they were going to be losing.
Jade looks good.
As always.
Bianca looked good as always too. They're honestly a match made in heaven right there as a team. I can't wait for the turn to happen though, and they have a match. Even
though like the tag team was just kind of made up on a whim type of thing, like they work fantastic together.
It definitely is to help Jade learn stuff.
And everything, yeah. So. And I mean, like, what better than like big strong woman like Bianca with a big strong woman coming in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're just a powerhouse of a fucking team.
Yeah, they looked really good. So now we go on into the regular show here, the main card. We kicked off. It was for the women's world title, and it was Becky Lynch defending against Liv Morgan, and they were both dressed like Britney Spears.
I love that for them. I love Britney. It's Britney, bitch.
It's Britney, bitch.
I absolutely fucking love.
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah. I absolutely fucking love Britney Spears. So, again, I wasn't watching or paying attention to anything, and Dylan texted me, and he's like, hey, Liv and Becky are both dressed up as Britney. And I'm like, what? Yeah. What do you mean? I need pictures right now.
They were both dressed up as Britney. I was very proud of myself that I was able to decipher that.
I'm very proud that you do that.
They both came out, and I was like, I've seen these fits before. And I was like, Britney Spears. And then I saw it on Twitter and I was like, I was right. Hell yeah, I was right.
Queen Britney, bitch. The outcome of this match, I'm
very happy about.
I'm not happy about it. But I kind of don't understand because Becky's reign was like 2 weeks?
Yeah, but
so why
didn't
they just put it on Liv?
I think they rather have Liv win it. Liv won. I rather think they would rather have Liv win it 1-on-1 against Becky than in a battle royal.
I mean, I guess, but like at that point, if it was gonna be Liv, I just feel like she should have won it in the battle royal.
Becky's kind of like the girl version of Jon Moxley for WWE.
She's an ace,
like break glass just in case something happens.
Yeah.
So I can see why. But the revenge tour, and it was really cool of what they did here because on the pre-show, Dom pulled an AJ Styles and flew all the way. He didn't drive. You have to fly. He flew all the way to Saudi Arabia just to be a nuisance and to say to Liv, I'm going to make sure you don't win Rhea's belt. So Dom comes out mid-match. He's trying to distract Liv. Becky is also like, what the fuck are you doing out here and all that. He slides in a chair in the ring, making it look like he's giving it to Becky. Dom starts distracting the referee for Becky to use it, but Liv hits Oblivion on Becky on the chair and steals the win. So it makes Dom look like he screwed up, but also helping Liv at the same time.
Yeah.
And they fucking. Well, maybe not. Like,
probably not. I think Dom's married.
In kayfabe, they fucking.
Yeah.
In kayfabe, they fucking, and Rhea's gonna be pissed about it.
Uh-huh.
But congratulations, Liv. Cry about it. The revenge tour is in hot swing.
I mean, again, like, I'm kind of surprised it was this soon. I really just thought they were gonna maybe like wait it out a little bit, but sure. I mean, whatever. I just think it was a little weird.
I hope Liv holds it. I hope Liv. I'm tired. Your Noni gave us a lot of food.
Yeah.
I hope Liv holds it until Rhea is healthy, and that's what leads to the story, and that's what it probably will be.
I almost guarantee that, yeah.
So that would be fun. Moving on was a pretty fun triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship of Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed. Sami retains. I wish Chad won. It will eventually happen. There's problems in the Alpha Academy. Otis accidentally hit Chad. He clotheslined him by accident.
By accident.
It was actually really fun. Akira Tozawa wasn't there. But, so Max Zine, they make this poor girl cover up completely, like we say, just to make a 2-second entrance. She comes out with Chad and Otis, and then Chad goes, hey, get the fuck out of here. I only want Otis out here. You, get the fuck out of here. Chad Gable, they worked in the you suck chants.
Yeah.
So that was funny. He hit a double German suplex like his dad, Kurt Angle, on Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed. And it was a fun triple threat. I don't know why I know why Bronson Reed was in the match, but I don't know why Bronson Reed was in the match.
Yeah.
At the same time, and Sami retains, which, okay, I understand. They need to at least get somewhat of a good run out of Sami if he beat Gunther.
How did he win? Who did he pin? Was it submission?
He pinned Bronson Reed.
Oh, yeah, so he's in there for the pin.
Yeah. That's literally why.
Yeah.
But, hopefully this leads to Chad Gable fucking winning the belt eventually. Because Chad as an Intercontinental Champion would be cool. But I understand they need to get somewhat of a decent run out of Sami because he beat Gunther. And I mean, it's kind of the same thing with Cody. He can't lose the belt like a month in.
Yeah.
Like, with the whole point of it. Moving on to I didn't really watch this match. This is actually when I went on my Boss Cops shopping spree because I was like, I don't really give a fuck about this match, to be honest with you. So I didn't. I had it on my phone when I was walking around Boss Cops, just kind of just like peeking at it. But it was I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but I don't care about Nia Jax that much. It was the Queen of the Ring tournament final. It was Nia Jax versus Lyra Valkyrie. I don't know much about Lyra Valkyrie, and I don't really care about Nia Jax. From what I saw, it was a pretty decent... I have a hair on my phone. Sorry, pissed on my notes. It was a pretty decent match from what I saw, and the finish was really cool because Nia was like on the top rope or whatever, and Laya was going for a power bomb, and Nia just fucking did the bonsai drop to her and like fucking killed her.
Okay.
So at least that was the finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nia Jax is the queen of the ring, and she's gonna get a title shot, and it's probably I think it's gonna be her versus Bayley at SummerSlam.
Okay.
So, Queen Nia.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Why not?
Moving on was match of the night was the King of the Ring tournament final between Gunther and Randy Orton, and it was a really good match from what you expect between Gunther and Randy Orton. My only complaint was the finish, because it was via roll up and Orton's left shoulder was clearly up, and it was in referee's fucking view, and he still counted 3. But we get King Gunther.
Yeah, well, things happen.
We get King Gunther.
Things happen.
We get King Gunther at least.
Yeah.
On this, so
the rightful winner. No cheating Randy Orton at all, but Randy Orton didn't need it. Not that Gunther necessarily needed it either, but if you look at the two of them, you know what I mean. Like,
so Gunther's gonna win the world title at SummerSlam probably.
Yeah.
Either against Drew or Damian Priest. I see. That's what I think. I think Damian Priest is going to beat Drew at Clash of the Castle because of CM Punk. Because if Punk is ready to go, it will be a SummerSlam match between him and Drew, and they won't do it for the world title. It doesn't need to be for the world title, and let Gunther annihilate Damian Priest.
What's more gay, being gay or whatever Drew McIntyre and CM Punk have going on?
They got something going on. They love each other. And in the main event, for the undisputed WWE Championship, we had Cody Rhodes defeating Logan Paul.
God.
And no, it was a really good match.
Oh no, I didn't watch it.
Cody hit a vertebreaker.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Logan did an elbow drop through the table and had a cool camera angle. Logan, say what you want about him. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. The whole
he's an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, the whole thing from a few years ago and whatnot. But
he's a good wrestler.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
This is like his 13th match, and every single time he wrestles, I swear he gets better. He has proven, in my opinion, this was his best match, and he has proven that he can hang with the main eventers.
I will give him the credit where the credit is due. He is a very good wrestler, and it seems like, at least from how the other wrestlers kind of give like reception for him, that like he is taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, and he is treating it like at least respectfully.
Yeah.
So I'll give him the credit for that. I just think he's an absolute fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, he can cut a promo too. Well,
all he's doing is being himself.
Yeah, that's all. That's
all he needs to do.
That's all he needs to do. I found it actually weird too. It was a PLE. No Prime bottle in the middle of the ring. No Prime logo, which is a little weird. I mean, but I think they're in the middle of a lawsuit, if I last read something.
I don't know. He said he was going to sue some doctor because
something happened.
The doctor said that Prime was scary.
Yeah,
and
something
apparently
happened.
He's suing him for defamation or whatever.
What's your opinion on Prime?
I like the drink. I think it tastes fine. I definitely think, as someone who's not a drinker, I do think that because of how potent the flavor is, it would be really good for like mixed drinks. And also,
I'm gonna try that now.
I don't know, okay, so hear me out. Anyone who listens to this that does drink, the Ice Pop Prime,
yes,
mix it with like Pinnacle Whip vodka, and it's probably really fucking good. I've never tried it, and I don't know what the actual proper ratio is, but as someone who has in the past drinking Pinnacle Whip vodka mixed with shit, I guarantee you it'll not only like kind of tame the potent flavor of Prime to like something that is more enjoyable for the masses, because I know a lot of people don't like it because it's so sweet and so like so potent. That's why I like it, because I have a really big sweet tooth, but also it's a hydration drink. So like realistically speaking, it's one of, like, I mean, obviously drink water when you're drinking, but you know, if you want to have a fun fancy drink, I feel like it's good because it'll keep you hydrated while you're drinking alcohol. So I don't know. It's just like a quite literal theory. Again, I've never fucking tried it.
And if you're under 21, don't drink. Stay in school. Hugs, not drugs.
Yeah, basically.
And don't drink and drive.
But no, I mean, I like the energy drinks and I like the actual drink itself. But, you know, I fucking hate Logan Paul. So there's that.
I can't believe we grew up with that motherfucker.
Like, I didn't.
Well, yeah, we didn't. But like, we were like teenagers. Like, how old were you when he was, like, in his, no pun intended, prime?
I legitimately don't know because I never paid fucking attention to him.
I was, like, senior in high school.
I knew of him from Vine.
Yeah.
Like, I knew of him. And I remember, like, just hearing that they were, like, these obnoxious fucking YouTubers. And I was like, well, I have no fucking interest in ever checking anything out. So I have no idea how, like, when he was, like, the, like, big, I just knew I didn't fucking like him because he seemed like a fucking prick. And then the whole thing about the Japanese force came out. And then that's when I was like, yeah, no, I'm right. I fucking hate this guy. So, yeah, I have not a clue when his actual prime was. But whatever, I guess.
But yeah, Cody won, and
as assumed,
he hit a vertebreaker, and that was cool. And there was like some comedy Saudi Arabia guy. He was like the guest ring announcer.
Okay.
Got involved too. Like the whole story was the brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Michael Cole had the brass knuckles. Logan Paul almost fought Michael Cole. Don't let him pull on that singlet again, Logan.
He'll get his headgear out.
Low-key, I want to see Logan Paul versus Michael Cole.
He'll get his headgear out. I want to see Michael Cole versus Bailey.
Oh God, no, they're cool now with each other.
I know,
cool now.
But I still think that would be funny.
Michael Cole's a gem.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was King and Queen of the Ring.
I don't have a star ranking for the Pape.
We're not Dave Meltzer. So we're moving the fuck on. It was pretty. It was.
I'm sure it was fine.
It was an A1. Like,
I'm sure it was fine.
Matches to check out, definitely. Orton and Gunther and Rhodes and Logan Paul and the triple threat. And Becky and Liv, too. Like, it's a give or take one. Like, it's a fucking Saudi show. What more can I fucking say? Just, Let's move on to, which it was actually a pretty decent show. I'm going to complain that it was 6.5 hours long, counting the fucking pre-show. It was too long. Fucking couple matches could have been cut from this, in my opinion.
Dylan hates fun.
No, I don't, because wait until we talk about Anarchy in the Arena, goddammit.
Dylan hates fun.
No, I like the Anarchy in the Arena, but
we'll get there.
We'll get there. We got 6.5 hours to go through here. So let's talk about AEW Double or Nothing, their 5th anniversary. Let's start with the buy-in, which are 2 matches that literally I didn't give a single fuck about, and I don't care about.
Well, we should talk about, firstly, the most important thing about the buy-in, that Jeff Jarrett was on it.
Double J, Jeff Jarrett, slap nuts, spending my day working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock.
All right, shut up.
Spinning too slow.
The fuck up.
I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight.
You're gonna break my brand new fucking mic on my brand new fucking phone.
She's got me wrapped around her little finger.
Shut up. Anyway, let's talk about...
Bree-woo.
Shut the fuck up. Can we talk about the show?
Oh, man, I can't wait to do Jeff Jarrett as my Wrestler of the Week eventually.
Shut up.
It's J-E.
Shut.
Double F. J-A.
Pa.
Double R.
Shut up.
E. Double T. Ain't I great?
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Anyway. It started off with Deonna Purrazzo versus Thunder Rosa. Moving on.
Yeah, I hate Thunder Rosa.
It was the Acclaimed versus the Gay in Agony, as Anthony Bowens.
No, Anthony Bowens is the Gay in Agony.
Oh, he's the Gay in Agony. Yeah,
he's the Gay in Agony because he has to fucking still deal with them, basically. And me too, Anthony Bowens.
The only funny thing about this is Max Caster. I can't believe I'm saying this. Max Caster making fun of Brian Cage's penis.
You know what? His rap was fine. No, this one was probably the better one out of the most recent ones. I'll give him that. His mustache is stupid.
The only thing I remember from this match was the Las Vegas Golden Knights mascot that isn't a golden knight. It's a fucking lizard. What is it? It's a lizard. It's a lizard. Got involved, and it was kind of funny, but that's all I cared about. I don't know why this match fucking happened. I don't really give a fuck.
Probably from the triple threat from Collision. Yeah. Not triple threat. The 4-way triple trios tag match or something.
I don't give a fuck. We opened the regular card, the main card, with real graps, bruh. Also, I just gotta say, Triller, stop with the pop-up bullshit. We fixed it, but it still continued to happen, and it kept crashing and doing shit. So don't fucking do that.
Yeah, I'm assuming it had to have been an update because we've used Triller for like GCW shows, and we used it for the past I think it was Dynasty, the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any sort of issues with it, so it had to have been like a recent thing where it started. I don't know, but like it was weird that it was automatically enabled when we've never went in to do that. So like I thought I turned everything off and it stopped for like 90% of the show, and then I think it was a steel cage match. It popped up again, and I was like, okay, well, as long as they're not like bothering the actual like as long as they don't crash the stream, I could deal with these in the corner. But then it crashed the fucking stream again. So I was like, I don't know if it's just like if it's supposed to be doing that, like if it's supposed to be crashing the stream or what. But yeah, it was pretty fucking annoying to have to go back in and refresh it, but fucking weird. Don't know why it did it. Please don't make that an automatic thing that happens, because that was very
I don't need my pop-up bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't need the like, I'm not gonna fucking vote on these stupid polls when I'm trying to fucking watch this bullshit.
Well, other people will, because a lot of people interact with live chats, which is fine and dandy, but again, it shouldn't be like it shouldn't be automatically enabled.
Yeah.
That should be something that you go in and do if you want to do it, especially if it's a brand new fucking feature. Like, again, I don't know if it is or not, but we've never seen it before. So that was a little bit annoying that it was just automatically there.
Also, get an app for the PlayStation already, so I don't have to use the web browser. Like,
yeah, the web browser's also
make it a lot simpler. Like, I don't understand that. You can have an app on your phone for it, but you can't have an app on it for the PlayStation.
I mean, probably blame Sony.
Yeah, fuck you, Sony.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if Microsoft has it or not, but
I don't think so. Fuck you, Microsoft, too. That's why I use PlayStation. PlayStation better than Xbox, motherfuckers.
You're having issues with PlayStation. You're complaining about it.
Fuck, I need a PS5. If people want to send me...
No.
My Cash App is...
No, shut the fuck up. We need a PS5 because the PS4 is on its last legs.
Well, I need a PS5 anyway because NCAA 2025 is coming out, and it's only going to be for next-gen consoles.
What is that?
That's college football. It's like Madden, but college football. They're making a new college football for the first time in 10 fucking years. So I can play as Notre Dame.
Dude, there's too much fucking sports stuff that I don't know about.
Wait until I start just playing golf one day.
I'm going to force you. Anyway, let's get on to talking about this pay-per-view.
I'm literally just trying to stretch this for some reason. Anyway, we opened. I'm
gonna stretch your ass
like it's never been stretched before. Bree woo.
All right, what are we talking about?
Anyway, so for context, before we get into the second part of this opening contest, the Dirt Sheet Riders were saying something big is gonna happen at the beginning of this pay-per-view. So me and Lissy were locked in. Anyway.
Locked and loaded like Cash Wheeler in Florida.
Okay. Anyway, that was a little too far.
Was that a little too far?
Little chill out. You're here. Take it to here.
I just don't think that you like when I talk shit about the people you like, but you're allowed to talk shit about the people that I like.
You know what? I'm happy Jack Perry got set on fire.
Now you're spoiling it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Now that's too far because you're spoiling it for the viewers. I don't give a fuck. You're spoiling it for the viewers. Please continue watching. Don't just ruin this episode, but please continue watching.
And that's the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's talk about Will Ospreay and Roddy.
This was Will Ospreay versus Roderick Strong for the International Championship. There was a lot of buffoonery with the Undisputed Kingdom happening. I was wondering where the fuck Wardlow was at. Then he showed up. He was under the ring.
Yeah, Dylan was like, where the fuck has Wardlow been? And I'm like, well, he's taking care of Adam Cole. And he's like, well, what's Britt Baker doing then? I said, taking care of Jamie Hayter. And then Wardlow showed up, and he's like, so who's taking care of Adam Cole?
And then Adam Cole showed up, which we will get to. But there was a lot of buffoonery. It was a really good match. Will Ospreay and Roddy, I kind of expect them to have a really good match.
Yeah.
There was
end of Heartache into the Hidden Blade.
There was really cool counters. Will Ospreay ran up Roderick Strong.
I still think that I want to learn how to do that in the event that I ever get into a real life fight.
And they're like, all right,
I just want to run up a motherfucker and see what happens.
And then Will Ospreay is now the new AEW International Champion, and I hope he takes it to the Uganda Soft Ground Wrestling.
He's already booked a flight. Not that I'm like, not that that's legitimate or anything, but I'm just saying he's probably already booked a
He
flight.
definitely.
He's already there.
I hope he defends it against Lord White or
He's already there.
whatever, whatever his name is. It was a really fun match though, and then afterwards it was the big thing of Adam Cole comes out. Who wants the what?
Who's ready for
who's
story
ready?
time with Adam Cole, baby? And then he started talking.
And then he started talking, and I honestly don't remember what he said because I was just ready for what was going to happen because I was like, oh, here it comes. And then the video played, and then Triple H showed up. I mean, MJF. MJF showed up looking like Triple H.
The funky looking tan.
Funky looking tan, had the denim jacket on, and then he brainbustered Adam Cole, and he buried the devil gimmick and buried everything that you saw the last couple of months and said, fuck this. And then he said, I don't need a New Japan or a Vince McMahon. And then he showed off his tattoo, and he's staying with AEW.
He said, I'm not fucking going anywhere.
I'm not fucking going anywhere. And then they made a really shitty looking shirt.
Someone on the Twitter said, I like to believe that the AEW marketing team is keeping in kayfabe and the fact that they didn't know MJF was coming back, so they had to rush together to make a shirt.
Such a shitty looking shirt.
Yeah, not great. Not a great looking shirt, but
and then
I'll be delusional about it in that sense.
And then I need to find I'm gonna try to find the Twitter post. Dave Meltzer reported it perfectly.
Oh my god, it was honestly probably the best report, and honestly,
I'm glad people pay fucking money
without
for this
Dave
bullshit.
Meltzer's insight about the situation happening.
I retweeted it. So
yeah, you retweeted it. Without Dave Meltzer's insight, I would have never known what was going on. So I'm really glad that he took to Twitter and let everybody know about the situation. It is.
Yeah, there it is. So this is per report from Dave Meltzer. His Twitter is Dave Meltzer WON. MJF is back. He got an AEW tattoo on his ankle and said he's back.
Technically, it's a lower, like, it was an ankle, but like it was like lower calf area.
Thanks, Dave. I'm glad people fucking pay money for that.
I just want to state on here quickly, because maybe it's a bias on my part. I don't really know. But like, I'm annoyed about the people bitching about Max's fucking tattoo.
Can I say something about it first, and then
sure.
you can go like in depth with it.
Sure.
I love the Twitter trolls on Twitter. I'm kind of on your side with this, just for context. I love the Twitter trolls that are like, it looks like shit. They probably have never seen a tattoo. They probably don't have any fucking tattoos because they don't leave their mother's basement. I have 19 tattoos. And at least 17 of them look pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm looking at one that's pretty fucking shitty looking.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Blowing out fucking lines.
Yeah.
People are complaining over a fucking tattoo that you're never gonna fucking see because it's gonna be covered up by his fucking boots. Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, he got a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like a whole story and meaning behind it.
Yes.
So
and that's what I'm gonna get into.
let the motherfucker go. Stop fucking complaining.
But I mean, like, I'll at least like kind of add on to that a little bit of like, is it the best tattoo in the world? No, it's not. I could definitely see some imperfections in the tattoo as somebody who
it's not
has
bad.
a shit ton of tattoos and works in a tattoo shop. But it's definitely not fucking terrible. I do wish that, for just as my own thing. Now, granted, everyone's body is different and people get what they want, and that's fine. I do wish it was a little bit bigger, and I'm just saying that for like longevity over the he has AEW in a poker chip.
And does it say like bet on yourself?
Yeah, and it has a banner that says bet on yourself. And the bet on yourself, I think, is gonna be fine. I just say, like, with the longevity of the AEW in the middle of it, it could have benefited from being a little bit bigger.
I liked how he pulled up his pant leg and was like, zoom.
Yeah. But that's like my only like major thing about it. And I mean, you know, that's just kind of like a person to person type of thing. Like, if he doesn't give a shit, then who really cares? But no, what pisses me off about it is, like, here's the thing, right? Like, MJF was on the indies before AEW began, and as per what we understand from MJF's mouth, he's begging and pleading to get on to, I think it was the first Double or Nothing, or no, it was All In. He was begging and pleading to get into All In. I think he was like messaging Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, he's friends with Cody.
Yeah, so. And he was like, please, for the love of God, I want to be on this card. I want to be on this card. Put me on this card. I'll wrestle anyone, like anything. And like, he was a name on the indies, and he got his chance at All In, and then was in AEW from day one.
Yeah.
So, and this is just quite literally saying, without the existence of AEW...
He's one of the pillars.
Without the existence of AEW, MJF would either still be on the indies, or he would have ended up getting picked up by WWE. His whole character would have been dumbed down, because let's remember, AEW doesn't exist in this timeline that we're discussing of. So WWE...
This is pre-AEW. This is 2019.
Yeah. And I'm saying, like, if what I'm saying right now would be happening, it would only be happening because AEW didn't happen. So AEW's null and void in this, does not exist. If MJF got signed by WWE back in, like, 2018, 2019... he would not be able to get away with anything that he does of his character, because WWE was fucking in the shits and would have no competitor to be going up against to better itself.
Probably wouldn't even be on the main roster. Probably would have been he would have been in Black and Gold NXT. That would have been something cool, to be honest with you.
But if he ended up on the main roster, they would have definitely dumbed down his character. He wouldn't be able to get away with half of the shit that he's able to get away with now. He would have probably gotten stuck in the mid-card, and he probably would have ended up released already back on the indies. With AEW's existence, it allowed him to continue the character that he had in the indies, take it to completely new fucking heights, and is now one of the largest names in current day wrestling history. But current day wrestling, like most wrestling fans who watch wrestling know who MJF is, and that's because the platform of AEW was there and gave him that platform to make something of himself. So to dunk on it because you don't like the company, yeah, okay, I guess you could do whatever the hell you want. But, like, this is quite literally some place and something that completely fucking changed his life around. Completely fucking changed him and made him... AEW didn't make him who he is. MJF made him who he is. But AEW gave him that leverage to be able to make who MJF is. And, that's fucking important to him. And if he loves the company that much and shows that much appreciation to get it tattooed on his body, who the fuck cares? Like, people will find anything to complain and dunk on and bitch about. And even when it has something to do with something that might be sentimental to somebody. Like, just because it's not sentimental to you or doesn't matter to you doesn't mean it can't matter to somebody else. So, is what it is. And, I mean, a lot of people also kind of, like, relate it to the Cody neck tattoo thing. And, like, even though I think the placement is bad for Cody, and he definitely, as someone who doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of tattoos, kind of looks goofy with the neck tattoo, at the end of the day, his Nightmare Family logo is something that is important to him, so he does have every single right to get that tattooed on him, even if I think it looks a little goofy where he got it.
Lyssie has a fucking Taco Bell tattoo.
I do. I have a Taco Bell tattoo.
I have a Crash Bandicoot tattoo.
Like, I'm all for, like, silly, stupid tattoos, but I also am all for, like, meaningful tattoos. So, like, I think it's just kind of stupid that people want to dunk on him over it.
Yeah, like, the most meaningful tattoo I have is my flames. I have, if you know who Chester Bennington is from Linkin Park, he had 2 flame tattoos on his arms, and on my right arm, I have the same exact flames. Literally kind of like this. They're not the exact, because I'm sure my arm is different than his.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because the way the tattoo was done, she freehanded it. The tattoo artist freehanded it.
Well, she drew it on. She didn't like stencil it.
Yeah, no stencil or anything, because she wanted it to go with the flow of my arm. But it's the same color and everything, same size and everything. And I got it because I grew up with Linkin Park, grew up with Chester Bennington, and I could be wrong, but I think Lyssie's most meaningful tattoo is the one right on your hand that says "Love ya."
Yeah. I would say hands down the one. I have my dad's handwriting on the side of my hand that just says "Love ya, Dad," and it's actually the second tattoo that I have for my dad. But yeah, no, hands down, like, that's absolutely the most meaningful one that I have. And then I also have just really fucking stupid tattoos.
Yeah, I have
you know what I mean?
stupid
Like, I
tattoos
have
too.
really fucking stupid ass tattoos.
I have the Misfits Fiend skull inside of a fucking pizza.
Yeah, but it's like, just get whatever you want that makes you happy. That might even mean like a little bit of something to you. Like, I have a Cyndaquil tattoo because I grew up on Pokemon. I love Pokemon, and like, well, Pokemon made like me into the person that I am today, and is a big part of my life. Like, it's just just fuck it, a cute little Cyndaquil because he was one of my favorite was my favorite starter. Is my favorite starter. I don't think I actually have a starter that I love more than Cyndaquil. But not my favorite Pokemon either. Just my favorite starter. So, is what it is. My point is, shut the fuck up and let people get whatever the fuck they want tattooed on them as long as it's not a fucking hate symbol. So, yeah. As long as it's not something that has to do with fucking hate. And you know what? No, you know what? If someone wants to go get a fucking hate tattoo, at least it tells me not to fucking be around that person. At least it's a good sign. But, don't fucking do that shit. Fucking stupid. Fucking gross ass people. Anyway, enough on that rant and banter. Let's move on to the next thing that happened on the PAPE, which was what?
The next match was for the trios titles. It was the Bang Bang Gang versus Death Triangle, and I'm not gonna lie, I always tell the truth on this podcast. I don't remember a damn thing from this match. I wasn't paying attention because this is one of the matches that honestly I didn't care about, and maybe should have just been left off the pay-per-view because like there was literally like a 1 week build to this match.
I mean, it was fun. It was a fun match. It wasn't the most memorable match.
Juice Robinson returned. That's all I remember.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's all I remember.
But Juice Robinson did return, and that made me incredibly fucking happy because I love that psycho bitch. So I'm happy to see Juice Robinson back.
Yeah, at least Juice is back.
I hope that they like put some sort of free bird rule into the trios belts now so Juice could use the belts.
Yeah.
Or also that they just still carry all 3 belts around, but they just put them all on Juice. So he's just walking around with all of these fucking belts for no reason. Because that'd be funny.
Anyway, moving on. For the women's title, it was Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb, and this was a really good match.
Really, really, really good match.
Really good match. Toni Storm won, obviously. But it was a really good fucking match.
Yeah, no,
I don't know what more I could say. It was a really good fucking match.
Yeah, no, anytime Serena Deeb steps in the ring, she is an absolute fucking magician technician. She is so fucking good, and honestly, like, really good fucking pairing, really good chemistry with Toni Storm. So, I mean, you have 2 of, like, the best women's wrestlers on their roster competing against each other. Like, if you expected a bad match, I'm kind of surprised that you would have expected that.
Mariah May is going to be the one to take the belt off Toni, which actually reminds me, on the buy-in, they announced, I think we brought it up in the podcast, or it was just me rambling coherently at one point, but they are doing the Owen Hart tournament, and now this year, the winners of the Owen Hart tournament of the men's and women's brackets will get a title shot at All In. So hopefully Mariah May, she's my pick to win the women's, and my pick to win the men's is, I don't have a pick yet, but it's probably going to be Ospreay, but I think the finals might be Ospreay and Hangman because Swerve is, spoiler, Swerve is the champion. So
I think Hangman's going to be in the Owen.
It's going to be one of those.
Or he's going to show up at the Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah.
It's one of the 2.
No, the Casino Battle Royal is going to be for the New Japan guys because it's Forbidden Door. They're not going to have Swerve just defend it against Hangman.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's going to be a New Japan guy.
So, yeah, I think Hangman's going to be in the Owen. I think Hangman's going to take it because right now, Ospreay's the international champion.
Yeah, but Ospreay should just win the belt at Wembley.
I don't disagree with that, but...
Anyway, moving on to a match that I didn't give a fuck about. They should have fucking just put it fucking on the fucking pre-show, honestly, or just not have it on the fucking main card. Because the show is 6.5 hours long. And
You're such a fucking bitch.
And that is Orange Cassidy versus... You go watch WrestleMania 35. Go watch WrestleMania 35 and then go watch this one. They're both long.
I like a long pay-per-view.
No.
Well, we can have a difference in opinions about it. I'm just saying, I like a long pay-per-view.
No. Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. I didn't give a single fuck. At least Orange Cassidy came out to Where Is My Mind. That is the better theme, even though I do like Jane, but Where Is My Mind fits him better. He was wearing darker denim and a black shirt. and Black Shades. Trent's theme is cool. That's all I really cared about. And Orange fucking won. Orange needs to fucking go away for months, man. Like, even people on Twitter are complaining about him. Even, like, I'm seeing AEW diehards, like AEW freakazoids being like, all right, Tony, stop shoving Orange Cassidy down our throats.
I mean,
he needs to go away.
I thought the match was fine. I liked the finish of the match. It wasn't just the standard orange punch, beach break.
At least it wasn't that, yeah.
It was a quick little like roll up and everything, and then Trent like barging off basically afterwards, and Renee trying to get in like a word with him, and he was like, no, I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm done, and just like walked away through the crowd. So I think that's really interesting. So I'm excited to see where this like Trent story goes, because I fucking love Trent.
Orange Cassidy needs to go away.
Sure, whatever. I don't care enough.
I'm sick and tired, and so is everyone else, seeing him every fucking
That's just
week.
The people on your side of Twitter. The people
No, it is AEW diehards.
The people on my side still love Orange.
It is AEW diehards that are like, all right, like it's getting too much. It is every fucking week, and it's like, man, I used to like Orange Cassidy. And the reason why I don't like him anymore, because he no-sells pile drivers. But the other reason why I don't like him, the main reason is he's there every fucking week. And it's the same fucking thing. Go away for a few months. Join Don Callis at this point, and it'll be a new character at least. At this fucking point. Anyway... Yeah. A match that shouldn't have been on the pay-per-view either. For the World Championship.
Oh, God. Can we skip this?
Chris Jericho versus Hook versus Shibata. There was dice.
The one thing I don't like about pay-per-views is the fact that I can't fast-forward through a Chris Jericho match.
There was dice as weapons.
That was cool, but that was introduced way too fucking early.
Big Bill almost died going through a table.
Yeah, so like the dice spot happened, the table spot happened, or something. I don't know. It's like at some point...
Let's back up here, and we'll get to that table spot. Yeah, the dice spot happened like 2 minutes into the match, so the whole time they're bumping in this ring. They're just taking bump on dice. That had to suck. That should have been like at the end almost.
Yeah.
This match was 12 minutes and 40 seconds long, and that is too fucking long.
I don't know, like, I wasn't paying attention during this match because I don't give a shit about Chris Jericho, which sucks because I like Hook and Shibata. But I was like, I don't know, I stopped watching, I wasn't paying attention, I was on my phone, and I look back up, and there's dice everywhere, there's like 3 kendo sticks in the ring, there's a broken table, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, what happened? And how did all of this shit happen and the crowd is still just not into it? Like, that's saying something.
I am the learning tree. And then Big Bill went through a table. He almost got impaled. And then Brian Keith showed up and now is part of the learning tree, unfortunately.
Very upsetting.
I hate this whole thing.
They love Brian Keith, and now he's stuck in this shit.
They ruined Big Bill. They ruined Brian Keith. They ruined Hook, and they ruined Shibata. I hate it. Jericho needs to fucking go away.
The way you feel about Orange Cassidy is the way that I feel about Chris Jericho.
I'd rather fucking Orange Cassidy than Chris Jericho.
Hands down.
There you go. I fucking said it. Moving on to next, a match that honestly was really fucking good, but there was no point into it because it was an eliminator match, which means it was a non-title match. And the wrong guy fucking won, but it was probably New Japan fucking politics. But it was Jon Moxley versus Takeshita. It was a good match, but
really good match.
Why even have the match if, Takeshita's gonna fucking lose? And not get the title shot.
I mean, the only thing that I could see coming out of this is Takeshita loses the title shot because of Don Callis, because Don Callis was like,
It's just...
And if he didn't listen to Don, he would have won. So I think there might be some friction kind of going on there now. But, I mean, yeah, it didn't need to happen. It could have just been a title match if Takeshita was going to lose anyway. So I don't really know. But
just, at least we got into good stuff after this. And that was the barbed wire steel cage match for the TNT Championship of Adam the Brood Edge Copeland versus Malachi Black. It was Slayer versus Black Metal.
Mm-hmm.
It was Thrash Metal versus Black Metal.
Going into this, I really thought that Malachi was going to win.
Yeah, okay.
No, I did. I legitimately thought that Malachi was going to win going into this.
No.
I felt like this favored him way more than it favored Edge, Adam Copeland. And I was like, yeah, no, this is how you have to take this guy out, is like in a fucking torture device, basically.
No.
And then once Gangrel showed up, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah,
he's
so
not winning.
Edge came out to South of Heaven by Slayer, which was cool as fuck. And then they had a bloody battle. Edge's knees are probably fucked up.
I don't know why he did that.
So I saw when I was scrolling on Twitter as we were rambling coherently here. It's from Brian Alvarez, so take it as you want. But he said that he heard that like Edge is hurt, but he doesn't know the extent to it.
So jammed his knee, but
so yeah, he had Malachi like on the table, and then he went up on top of the cage, and he did this elbow drop. And it worked, but he came straight down on his feet.
I don't know why the fuck he did that.
Oh man, he should have just did like a splash or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was gonna do, but or like I don't know, he could have done like an elbow drop, like kind of like and land on his side, not his feet.
Yeah, like he did it like if he was giving him a double axe handle.
Yeah.
And then Gangrel showed up, which was cool. They got me when the House of Black, Brody and Buddy looked like they were about to join Edge. Like, they had me for a minute, and I was like, oh, no. I was like, please don't do that. And then I was like, oh, thank God they didn't. It was just
and then Malachi had that, like, weird metal device that had, like, barbed wire on it, and he tried to stab Edge, but I'm like, oh, wait, that was just, like, where the escape hole was supposed to be.
And then they had a crown of thorns.
Yeah.
And Jesus was in the crowd.
I can't believe that they did that in front of Jesus.
I'm
cannot believe they did that in front of Jesus
offended.
Christ.
Oh my God. It's just like when they did the Hangman and Adam Cole Texas Deathmatch one on Good Friday. Unbelievable.
You know that was Hangman's idea.
Unbelievable. So offended. I'm so offended by it. Shut the fuck up, people.
Yeah, no, then Gangrel came out from underneath the ring, and he moved better than Jericho, and he helped.
He really did.
He helped Adam Copeland win. And then they hugged, and as they hugged, someone sent fireworks off outside our house.
It was like quite literally
timed. Like someone was setting off fireworks for Memorial Day, and just fireworks going off, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm glad that we have our own personal pyro here.
It was perfectly timed.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. But no, it was a really fucking good match. Really good match. I knew it was going to be a good match. You can't have a stipulation like that and have it be a bad match. I mean, I'm sure you can, but, you know. No, it was fucking solid.
You can. We've seen our fair share of barbed wire shitty matches in backyard wrestling, unfortunately.
But nonetheless, I mean, really good fucking match. I don't even want to necessarily say right outcome because I would have been happy with whoever won. But yeah. Solid match.
Edge ain't putting over the young talent, brother.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, moving on to the next one. It was for the AEW TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné finally wrestling against Willow Nightingale, and she won. Mercedes, that is. So, in my opinion, the wrong call was made here.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is my opinion, Mercedes Moné exceeded expectations, wrestling-wise. She still can't cut a fucking promo. Her promo ability is garbage. The match was good. Lyssie actually noticed it right off the bat. And I noticed it too, but I sometimes when I notice things, I don't like to point them out, and I like to see what Lyssie says. Because, like, I don't mean to brag or, like, always mention this, but I went to pro wrestling school, so I kind of know what I'm looking for and looking at. And Lyssie said it best of, it is a little sloppy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was expecting.
And they were working really, really fast at first. Like it was kind of like, all right, like you guys kind of have to chill for a minute. Like chill, and they did. But I was like, yeah, that's Mercedes style though, because she's influenced by Eddie Guerrero with the lucha style and everything. It wasn't bad though, sloppy. It was just, you can tell. It was one of those like, okay, you guys just need to like take a deep breath and let things breathe for a minute, and they did eventually, which is good and whatnot.
It was easy to cover up, and I mean, she was in there with Willow, who, you know, it's fantastic.
It's easier to cover up sloppiness when working fast instead of working slow, because you can tell. And there is a difference of working fast and working quick, fun fact. I don't want to get into that, because we would be here another hour with me explaining that, because I was mashooketh when I found that out and was like, there's a difference? And there is a difference.
But I don't think that Mercedes necessarily exceeded expectations, because I was even saying
my expectations. I thought the match was going to be fucking dog shit.
When I was saying this to Dylan, I was like, I was not expecting her to come back wrestling this first match, and have it be picture perfect, not missing a beat. You know, I was expecting a couple slip ups here, a couple little bit of sloppiness here, you know, is what it is. But again, it was nothing crazy. And again, overall, it was a really good match. Like, it was a really good match. It was pretty much exactly what I fucking expected from them. And I do just agree that it was the wrong outcome.
Since we're talking about women right now, just breaking news because I was scrolling on Twitter. Tonight is Becky Lynch's final match on her current WWE contract. Her contract expires Saturday, June 1st.
Interesting.
So that's a little interesting footnote, but back to AEW.
But yeah, I think it was the wrong outcome.
Yes.
Completely. I don't think that Mercedes should have just shown up and gotten the title.
I do like how the finish did happen. Mercedes' finish fucking sucks, by the way. Get a new finish. It looks like dog shit. I don't even know how to explain it. It's bad. I liked that Willow technically did have the match won, but Stokely fucked it up. Mm-hmm. And then it was all a ruse because... Oh, the heartbreak at the end. Yeah. Chris Statlander turned. Mm-hmm. Heel Chris.
And I was crying.
What a woman.
I was absolutely fucking crying.
What a woman.
I was crying so fucking hard.
Man, heartbreak. Heartbreak in America. Heartbreak in Vegas.
Although, their feud will be great.
Yeah.
Their feud will be great. I'm just very sad that Willow only had the title for a very short time.
Yeah.
She deserved it for way fucking longer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see what Mercedes does with it. I'm more excited about what Chris and Willow are going to do than really what Mercedes is going to do with the belt.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see. So.
Out of... We're going to review these 3 matches because, as we said, this was built as a triple main event, too. Mm-hmm. So that was the first main event. And then we're going to come back... We're going to come back to these 3 matches after we review them. And we're going to see... which one should have truly been the main event. Mm-hmm. Which I think both of you are on the same wavelength of it. But the next main event match, which for the AEW Championship, and that was Swerve versus Christian Cage.
I liked it.
I liked Swerve's entrance.
Oh, yeah, the Warriors entrance.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really fucking cool.
That was cool.
No, I liked the match. You were complaining about it. Whatever, because you were saying it was going too long.
It went 24 minutes and 50 seconds.
I think it was fine.
I think they could have cut it down maybe by like 5.
I think it was fine. It was a good match. It was a good pace to the match and everything. And of course, Swerve won. He beat Christian. Yeah. But the kicking him with the house call out of, like Christian went to go hit Swerve with a spear. And Swerve hit him with the house call when he was in midair. That was fucking sick. Fucking sick.
It was alright.
I really do think, and you are going to say again that I'm thinking too into this, but after I saw that tweet, I do think and can easily see Swerve's reign turning into righting all of his wrongs and atoning for his sins from the past. I really can. And I kind of hope that's where it goes, is that he revisits all these people he fucked over in his past, and that's his title reign.
Sure. Anyway, let's talk about...
You don't care about my opinions.
Yes, I do. Anyway, let's talk about the main event of the show, because it was the last match, and that's usually what the main event is. And holy fuck. By the way, this match went a half hour long.
Yeah, I expected it to.
29 minutes, 55 seconds. Because they needed to do a lot of things, and it was the wackiest half hour ever in wrestling. Mm-hmm. This match started at midnight. Mind you.
Yeah.
So it was the Anarchy in the Arena match between the Elite and Team AEW, and we're gonna break down things here, just kind of in order. We're gonna start with the Young Bucks coming out wearing their Reeboks.
The Reeboks and the Reeboks robe.
Yeah.
Incredible, amazing, fantastic. Those were cool as shit. Cool as shit.
And then next thing you know, they jumpstart the match. Everyone starts brawling. Darby Allin was playing the role of New Jack first because his music was playing. Mm-hmm. And then Matthew, they fought over the aux cord.
Yes.
They fought over the aux cord at 12 in the morning. Matt Jackson took the microphone. Matthew, took the fucking microphone, said, turn that crap off. Want to hear a banger? They played their theme, told the crowd to sing it. There's no words.
Gotta be one of my favorite Matthew Jackson quotes. As the theme song is playing, sing it.
And then Bryan Danielson then took the aux cord and said, you want to hear the greatest wrestling theme of all time? And then these 8 motherfuckers, 8 of them, fought around the arena to the final countdown.
Darby Allin did a coffin drop.
Darby Allin did a coffin drop, perfectly timed, when it was the final countdown. There was a fucking dope-ass image of Bryan Danielson, final countdown blaring, and the crowd just going ballistic. And then Matthew Jackson again took the microphone and said, turn that off, that's causing us money.
Yeah, no, I don't even know how the fuck he got a microphone, because he was somewhere up in the stands, and he's all right, turn it off, because every time the song loops, it costs us $200,000, and surprisingly enough, we have a budget for this, you guys are costing us money. And then they turned the music off, and then everyone started chanting that they wanted music.
And then they just fucking brawled, minus Okada. Okada wrestled.
Okada pulled out the sign and said, this is Rainmaker Drive!
I was dying. That was, like, unbelievable. Darby and Jack fucking went outside.
They disappeared for a
the
little bit.
Anarchy in the arena didn't happen in the arena. It happened outside.
It had to.
Darby got hit by a bus.
Well, hold on. Jack almost drowned.
Yeah, Darby drowned Jack.
Jack almost drowned.
It was smart what they did with that, though.
It was very smart.
Because, spoiler, we'll get there of how this all happened, but it was a cool thing of make him look wet, so when they put the fire retardant on him, there's no questions.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Darby tried to drown Jack. Darby also, mind you, has a broken nose and was wearing a face mask with thumbtacks on it. So there's that.
I hope he auctions that for the hoodlum shop.
So there's that. The next thing you know, Jack Perry has a bus.
His own bus.
Scapegoat
bus.
And fucking literally killed him.
Ran Darby Allin over with a bus.
Yeah, ran Darby Allin over with a bus. And then there was a lot more brawling.
They cut back, and like the Bucks are in the ring, and they're watching this happen, and they're just like, what the fuck? And then they just go back to fighting.
Yeah, then there was a lot more brawling. And then next thing you know, Jack is making his way back to the ring.
Well, no, not that just yet.
Oh.
Darby comes back out without Jack. After getting hit by a bus, and Jack's still somewhere in the arena. Yeah. Darby comes running back out. And then he gets beaten up by the Bucks, and then they throw him down the elevator shaft.
Yeah.
And it's like, the elevator was up, so he's making this slow descend back down to hell, basically.
It was fucking wild.
And then Jack was making his way through the backstage, and he's walking back up to the tunnels, and he sees Mr. Tony Khan in the gorilla position, and he's like, oh, you're here. I'm gonna take you.
And then
and we're gonna go for a ride.
He grabs fucking Tony. He grabs him. And then you don't see this. You see him get thrown down the ramp.
Hold on, before the ramp, Darby somehow comes back from hell with the fire, with the fire.
Yes,
the
but let's cover one thing at first, and that's Tony Khan here. So, you don't see this if you're watching the pay-per-view, but you see it if you're on Twitter at, like, people in the arena. So, Jack throws Tony down the ramp. Because meanwhile, Jack's getting lit on fire, which we will get back to in a second here, because a lot has happened. So Tony gets thrown down the ramp and disappears. You don't see Tony again. So what happened was, when Jack gets lit on fire, Tony fucking rolls, like tumbles, down this ramp, like his life depends on it, and just fucking books that out of there.
He put his whole pussy in that performance.
Like, he committed.
He did.
And the next thing you know, while this is all going on, Darby is shooting a flamethrower at Jack Perry.
Yes.
And Jack Perry's being set on fire.
Yes.
So a motherfucker got lit on fire.
And then the Bucks run out, like, because they're off to the side with fire extinguishers to put Jack out. And then they put Darby out because he still has the flamethrower going.
My favorite thing about that is Jack's already engulfed in flames, and Darby's still shooting him with it.
Yeah, he's still going at him. He's still going at him. He's like, I am quite literally going to singe this man alive.
It was the funniest shit.
And so the Bucks put Jack out. They put Darby out, and then they drag Darby back down to the ring, and they're motioning for something up from the ceiling. And we're like, now what in the God's green earth can you possibly do after setting your insane fucking child on fire? What is happening?
I'm
here?
sure they okayed it, but I just got to make the comment. Martha Hart was in the crowd.
They had to have okayed
Owen Hart's widow.
Yes. He was not suspended up high at all.
Yeah, he wasn't.
No.
The Jimmy Jacobs agent in this match, because Jimmy Jacobs did this. He hung Jay Briscoe upside down before and got blood all over him, and that's exactly what fucking happened.
So they tie Darby up by his feet and suspend him up from the ring. I'd say, like, not even, like, maybe 5 feet, if that, because, like, he was dangled, like, a little bit low enough.
Well, he had to be.
He had to be for the spot, so he wasn't up very high, but he's dangling from his legs, and the Young Bucks are sitting there, like, you know, doing their thing, and Okada pulls out some Young Bucks Reeboks that might still be on sale, if not sold out by now, by the time you hear this. Some Young Bucks Reeboks from underneath the ring, and opens them up, and they have thumbtacks on the bottom, and Okada goes, try these on!
And then they super kick Darby with the thumbtacks.
Mm-hmm.
And now, mind you, Darby's still hanging upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Bryan Danielson making his babyface comeback as his teammate is dangling upside down.
He rips the shoes off of them. I think he ripped the shoe off of Matt. And then, like,
he hit Nick with it.
Hit Nick with it, hit Matt with it, hit Nick with it again. And then I think he did a Busaiko knee to Nick. As Darby is still dangling from the ceiling, and everyone is now chanting, please help Darby. Because Darby is that of a piñata at this point.
And then Okada does the most extreme thing ever.
That he's done this whole match. Yeah,
that's his whole match. Pulls out an arm sleeve with thumbtacks on it. Puts on the arm sleeve. Hits a fucking Rainmaker. And the next thing you know, Matt Jackson has a chair. And hits Dax Harwood in the head with it, and it fucking explodes.
That actually might have been earlier. That might have actually
been earlier. A lot happened.
Yeah, a lot happened.
When Darby got hung upside down, a lot happened.
Yeah. So, and then Okada hits him with the Rainmaker, and little Mr. I was just on fire, Jack Perry, is finally, he was, like, probably down for, like, 10 minutes, I'd want to say.
Yeah.
Is coming back into the ring, and, you know, Danielson's down from the Rainmaker, and Jack hits his finish, which is the knee to the side of the head. And 1, 2, 3, Jack Perry pins Bryan Danielson as Darby is still suspended from the ceiling. And the Elite win.
The Elite win. Right call. The Elite should have won, which they did. It's anarchy in the arena. It's honestly one fucking random ass. It never makes sense, but they always do it right because there's always moments to talk about.
I don't know how they're gonna top this next year because someone got set on fire.
Look, they got to take the Joey Janela route with the clusterfuck. Someone's got to die.
Someone has to die. Like, someone has to just die. Someone has to bring an actual gun.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for Cash Wheeler to fucking pull it out.
Oh, so you could say it, but I can't.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But, no, fucking awesome match. I mean, you can't go wrong with an Anarchy in the arena. You really fucking can't.
Mind you,
it's just
this
fun.
was happening at 12:30 in the morning.
For us, yeah. I think in Vegas it was probably like 9.
This is like when Aja Kong was fighting stuffed animals at 2 in the morning at the clusterfuck.
No, it was mascots.
Yeah, mascots.
It was mascots.
And Microman eliminating Nick Gage.
Just wild shit happens in the middle of the night, honestly. But no, it was fun. I can't believe that they actually got a bus for Perry.
He went from real glass to real fire.
Dude, he's fucking insane, and I'm loving every single thing that he is doing now that he's back from Japan. I mean, I liked what he was doing in Japan too, but like it's a whole different fucking breed of him. Like he is just a fucking nuisance. Like he is quite literally the dynamic now is the Bucks brought him in, and he is just causing problems. He is just a nuisance. He is chaotic as fuck, and they're just like, oh my god, my younger brother, what the fuck is this little shithead up to now? Like. That is quite literally the whole fucking thing. It's just, what the fuck is he up to now?
It was something wild. And that was Double or Nothing.
Yeah. Great closing out match.
So out of the triple main events.
Anarchy in the Arena.
Yes, Anarchy in the Arena should have been the main event, 100%.
Yes.
We'll give it that. What should have went on first?
Like the very beginning of the triple main event?
Yeah, so...
I think it was booked right.
I don't think so.
No?
You're going to be shocked by this. I think the world title should have went on first, then the TBS title, because the TBS... I understand why they did it. The world title, obviously, title, and whatnot. The world title match was a little bit lackluster, in my opinion. The TBS match was a little bit better.
I mean...
I rather...
Yeah.
For me to flow nicely... It would have been nice for world title, TBS title, Anarchy in the Arena. That's wild to say that, but...
I get that, but I think kind of nonetheless, like, the world title was fucked to begin with, because then if you put the world title on, like, first, they're following up from the cage match.
Again, I understand why they did what they did and everything, but Anarchy in the Arena 100% should be the main event, and it was. Mm-hmm. That was the second year in a row, I believe it was.
I think so.
I think it was the main event last year, too, so.
But, yeah, no, I mean, overall, I think the pay-per-view was solid. I do agree that there's some matches that didn't need to be on there. Jericho.
Orange Cassidy.
But overall, like, it was a solid pay-per-view, and I was enjoying it thoroughly. So I really don't have too many complaints.
I'm fine with a pay-per-view going to 11:30. Not 12:30.
I mean, I get it. I do think that MJF took up a little bit more time than probably was planned, but you should have planned for that because it's fucking MJF, and he's gonna go off. So I feel like the reason it went that long is because of MJF's return, but...
They don't also need, like, 900 fucking matches. Like, 8 matches are good.
Again, I don't think the Jericho match needed to be on there. I could see Trent and Orange because that has been brewing for a while, not just like after the turn happened, but like before. It's a good pre-show match. But I do think that should have had a place. I do think it should have had a stipulation.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, like if I were to take out any matches, it would have been the trios match and it would have been the Jericho match.
And the Orange and Trent.
Those are the 3. No, I think Orange and Trent deserved a spot.
And those 2 pre-show matches didn't need to happen either.
Honestly, we could have had Jericho and the trios on the pre-show.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the card as the card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because, like, I'm sorry. I don't like Thunder Rosa, and I don't like Deonna Purrazzo. They're both uninteresting, and the Acclaim fucking suck, minus Anthony Bowens. And I don't really... I don't like Brian Cage, and who are the 2 other guys?
Yeah. So, like, if I guess realistically speaking, if we were to cut any matches, it would have been the ones on the pre-show and made Jericho and the trios match on the pre-show. And then I feel like the card would have been solid. You know what I mean?
It would have ended a lot sooner.
But I mean, I liked Double or Nothing. I enjoyed it. AEW doesn't really miss with pay-per-views aside from World's End, was not the best. But like
it was a pretty good pay-per-view. It wasn't All Out 2021, but it was still good. It wasn't the worst Double or Nothing. There's been Double or Nothing 2022 was pretty bad. Minus Punk winning. But like they've had some bad ones. Full Gear last year, World's End, Dynasty was all right. This one was pretty good. So
we're getting back on the right track. Is really what it is.
We're getting somewhere. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. So anyway, thank you guys for listening, watching, however you really view our stuff. I know it's got to be on YouTube nonetheless, but however you view it is how you view it.
How do you find us?
Well, I was about to get in there if you didn't interrupt me.
Well, fucking do it.
You can find us on Instagram at Talkin Wrasslin Pod. That is TALKIN _WRASSLIN _POD. It's me running it. I do my best. I try to do my best, really. But is what it is. So you can follow us there. If you wanted to follow me anywhere, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the same handle, which is Lungtar. That is LUNG _TAR. And if you wanted to find me on Instagram and follow me, and listen to me and look at me, I don't really know. You can find me at Lungbucks. That is LUNG _BUCKS. I don't know if I've actually been saying it wrong this entire fucking time, if I've been saying double _BUCKS, but when I logged back into it on my phone, it was only one underscore. So I might have been fucking up my own TikTok handle this entire time. But it's Lungbucks, LUNG _BUCKS. I talk about wrestling, to play on the Young Bucks, yada, yada, yada. Dylan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Danny Vallo, DANI _line Vallo, VALO _line. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I gave you the whole rundown in part 1. Like, share, and subscribe.
Send this to your friends, family, your uncles that you hate, the people that you love, and people that you're maybe indifferent with. I don't know. Just share it to them. Tell them about us. Let them know. Whatever. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Next week we'll be back on track with just one episode and not a double header. This is typically just for pay-per-views that we do shit like this. But yeah. All right.
And Lissy will be the host.
And I'll be the host.
So we can only imagine what the wrestler of the week will be.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.